Welcome to Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's Game 2 of a 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, look at the Red Sox lineup, and Travis Shaw back in there, and Jerry's kind of settling into that 5 spot in the order.
He really has, and he's not going to forget games against the Tampa Bay Rays, because last time they were in town at Fenway Park and he faced Matt Moore, he got his first Major League home run, and that's certainly a home run that he'll never forget. That fastball down and in, he just takes out of the ballpark, and had a great day that day. He did everything except hit for a cycle, was a triple short of the cycle on that particular game right there. You see the graphic in 3 games against Tampa Bay this year, the .667 average. You got a couple of doubles, 2 home runs, and 4 RBIs, and the numbers against Moore. Now, what's interesting, Don, is what's going to happen to Travis Shaw. And he's played very good baseball for the Red Sox. He's shown good power. He's played good defense at first base. But remember, Hanley Ramirez is working out at first base right now, and they want to get a look at him before the season's over. So then what happens to Shaw is he goes to play some third, some outfield. He can play different positions.
Well, tonight he'll be at first base as the Red Sox take on the Rays. We know this. David Ortiz in the lineup for Boston, sitting at .498. We'll delve into that situation with Garrett Austin. We come back right after this. It's a new Audi A3 today. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Toyota's website for deals via Toyota.com. DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of your Boston Red Sox. The Kia Sorrento. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at Southwest.com. Welcome back to Tropicana Field in St. Pete. It's Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Rays. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Well, certainly David Ortiz would very much like to have achieved that milestone of 500 home runs at home at Fenway Park. Didn't work out on the last homestand, but has a chance to do it on a lengthy road trip with some question as to whether or not he'd be in the lineup tonight as we check in with Garrett Austin.
Thanks, Don. It was a bit of a surprise to see David Ortiz in the lineup today after interim manager Torey Lovullo suggested that he might have the night off in his post-game meetings with reporters last night. Today, Lovullo said that while the plan is still for him to play 2 out of 3 games in this series, Ortiz was ready to go tonight.
He wanted to play. There really wasn't much thought that was put into it. I had some conversation with him, and we were going to monitor the volume from last night or reevaluate after we saw the amount of volume last night. He said he felt good, and, the big man runs the court. You got to get him the ball. That's how I look at it. So he felt good about where he was with his body, and I want to get him in there as often as possible. Well, the original plan was to have him play 2 of the 3 days, but once again, we don't want to get in the way of how good he feels. And we'll get together tonight afterwards with the medical staff, or I will get together tonight with the medical staff and see how he feels. And if they feel like he needs a day off based on workload and volume, then we will. Then we'll take it out of his hands. But if they are kind of giving him the opportunity to play and he feels good, we'll see where he's at. But the original plan, like I said yesterday, was 2 of 3.
Well, Big Papi's going to be in there tonight. Matt Moore on the mound for the Rays. Post Tommy John, he's 1-3 with an ERA over 8. Rick Porcello 4-3 in his career, lifetime against Tampa Bay. The first pitch is next. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. And by the Scion TC. Welcome back to Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg for Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays have taken the field tonight, so check out the Red Sox starting lineup. It's brought to you by your Eastern Hyundai dealers. Mookie Betts leading it off in center field with Dustin Pedroia at second base batting second. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop in the 3 spot with David Ortiz back in there again tonight, the DH, with Travis Shaw at first base. Pablo Sandoval is at third base. Rusney Castillo in left field bats 7th with Blake Swihart doing the catching. And Jackie Bradley Jr. in right field bats 9th. The Rays starting pitcher presented by New England Nissan dealers. Matt Moore, the left-hander, getting the start. He is 8th of the year, 1-3 with an 8.04 earned run average, 20 strikeouts to 15 walks. And opponent sitting at 346 against Moore. Last time out, a no decision against the Yankees. 4 2/3, 3 hits and 2 runs. Walked 2 and struck out 3 against the Yankees.
The Rays defense is brought to you by DraftKings, and they are 12th in the American League with 85 errors on the season. Evan Longoria at third base, Asdrubal Cabrera the shortstop, Logan Forsythe at second, James Loney the first baseman. Left to right, Grady Sizemore, Kevin Kiermaier, and Steven Souza Jr. And J.P. Arancibia doing the catching for Matt Moore.
Well, the umpiring crew tonight, Adam Hamari has got the play calling the balls and strikes with Angel Hernandez at first base. It is Chris Conroy at second base, and the crew chief is Ted Barrett. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, the Red Sox and Rays ready to go in Game 2 of the series as Mookie Betts stands in to get it started. And Matt Moore still trying to work the kinks out here after missing last year with the Tommy John surgery and trying to come back. And things have not gone his way so far. The high earned run average as his first pitch of the ball game misses up for ball 1. Mentioned the no decision against the Yankees last time out. As this one is popped up, foul ground. That'll get back and out of play off the bat of Mookie Betts.
And Don, you mentioned the Tommy John surgery. That really set back the career of Matt Moore. He was a very promising young pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. Had that surgery and still fighting his way back. Only his 8th start for Tampa Bay this year. He's been at Charlotte, he's been at Durham, and of course Tampa Bay.
Back in 2013, his last full season, as he gets that one in there for a strike. He was 17-4, Jerry, before he had the Tommy John surgery in 2013. Finished 4th place in AL Cy Young Award votes that year. Won a club record 13 games before the All-Star break that year. This is his arsenal this year so far. 66% fastballs, 19% breaking balls, and 15% changeups. Is 1-2. Is on the ground right side. Forsythe diving. He will get up and have no play. As Mookie Betts able to beat it out at first base for an infield hit.
Now Logan Forsythe makes a nice play to get to this ball, but he just couldn't get up. You know, he just kept sliding. And by the time he did get up, he's got no chance to get Mookie Betts. So speed again. Gets Betts an infield hit and continues his hitting streak now to 17 straight games.
He gets that out of the way early tonight as he gets that first hit in his first at bat. So a 17-gamer for him now at 388 along the way. Some pretty impressive power numbers too as part of this stretch. On at first to get it started tonight. It brings up Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia back in the Red Sox lineup tonight. Had last night off as he gets the arms out of the way and takes ball 1 inside.
And the last time the Red Sox faced Matt Moore was at Fenway Park. After that game, got sent back to the minor leagues. And last time out against the Yankees was his first start since then.
Well, Pedroia lifts a fly ball to shallow center. Kiermaier coming in and under. And he'll put it away for out number 1 as Betts gets back to the bag at first. 1 down. Moore trying to figure it out after the surgery, and he's not been able to figure it out at the major league level yet as he gets ready to face Xander Bogaerts, checking in at 321, and that average on the climb right now. 5 homers, 71 runs batted in. He's now 2nd in the American League in batting average to start the night, only behind Miguel Cabrera. As he'll take a look at strike 1. Cabrera setting the mark in the AL at 349. Then Xander at 321 as he has surpassed Michael Brantley of the Cleveland Indians. Slid down to 319. Lorenzo Cain, Jose Altuve in the top 5 in the American League. Bogaerts chops it off the plate. Back goes Loney. He'll need the pitcher, but he was late in getting over and he won't get there. So reaching at first base is Bogaerts. Betts takes second as Moore became a spectator there, the pitcher.
Yeah, any little hesitation at all with a guy that can run and you're going to get beat at first base. There's Moore not doing his job by getting to first base. He sees the high bounce, and I don't know if he thought that ball was popped up or not, but did not react at all. And by the time he did, they got no chance at all of getting Bogaerts.
So the Red Sox with 2 infield hits here against Matt Moore have runners at first and second with 1 down. And it'll bring up David Ortiz. 271 with 32 home runs, 91 runs batted in, sitting on 498 in his career. Last night after the ball game, it kind of sounded like he would have today off, but he is back in the lineup. Feeling good and healthy and appeared to be running the bases very well here last night.
I'd want to play too if I was David Ortiz. First of all, I want to get those 500 home runs out of the way. Second of all, very good numbers as you can see against Matt Moore.
And also over the years performed very well here at Tropicana Field. This is a place that he likes to hit. 1-0 is going to be in there for a strike at 93, and it is a ball and a strike.
And the velocity looks a little bit better from Moore this time out than the last time the Red Sox saw him. Don mentioned that last fastball at 93 miles an hour.
Overall in his career, 2-3 with a 5.13 earned run average. 5 starts against the Red Sox. Ortiz with a mighty swing of that fastball by him.
Once again, the 93-mile-an-hour fastball is supposed to be away. It comes back to the middle of the plate, and no contact for Ortiz.
2 on, 1 away, and Big Papi down 1-2. Ortiz lifts it in the air to right field, sending Souza back onto the warning track at the wall, and that ball's gone. 499 for Big Papi. A 3-run shot puts the Red Sox on top 3-0. Up near the catwalk in right field, and it rides right out of the yard. He's 1 shy of 500.
Well, I told you it was a good idea to play David Ortiz tonight. Great numbers against Moore, great numbers here at the Trop. And he gets a fastball right here again. It starts out over the plate, almost the same pitch as the last pitch. This time he connects.
Well, a fast start for the Red Sox. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Alltown is New England's premier healthier convenience retailer. Breaking ball that time in there for a strike. 2 infield hits and a home run for the Red Sox and a 3-0 lead right out of the gate against Moore. As Travis Shaw bats here. A count of 1-2 to the Red Sox first baseman. On the ground down the first baseline, Loney to the backhand, but a foul ball. And it'll hang here 1-2 to Shaw. Not the start that Moore wanted to have. David up to 499. Looking for 500. Then after that, Eddie Murray at 504. 26th all time. One-two pitch. Breaking ball hit in the air to center field. Playable for Kiermaier. Back a few steps, but shy of the track to make the catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and it'll bring up Pablo Sandoval. Pablo checking in at 249 to begin tonight. 10 homers and 46 runs batted in. Sandoval 2 for 5 in the ball game last night with an RBI. And a liner down the right field line towards the pen and over it back into the seats. 15 of the last 28 hits for Pablo have gone for extra bases. 3 home runs, 12 doubles. '20th pitch of this first inning for Matt Moore. And Sandoval will pop it up into shallow left center field. Kiermaier in again. And he'll put it away. Home run number 499 puts the Red Sox on top 3-0. of the first inning, and the Red Sox starting pitcher presented by your local New England Audi dealers. Rick Porcello on the mound. 24 starts, 7 and 12 with a 5.12 earned run average, 114 strikeouts at 30 walks. Opponents hitting at 287 against Porcello as John Jaso leads it off and sends one down the left field line, falling fast and falling foul just outside the line. There's no way Rusney was going to get there, but Jaso's got to come on back with a foul ball. Now, Rick Porcello has been very good since coming off the disabled list and trying to keep that run going. A win last time out against Toronto, going 7 1/3, giving up 3 runs, 2 earned. Pitch is down and in, and evens the count at 1-1 to Jaso.
He's also got very good numbers against Tampa Bay this year. In 2 starts, a 1-0 record with a 2.08 ERA.
3 runs in 13 innings pitched against the Rays this year. Overall 4-3 against Tampa Bay with a 2.97 ERA. 1-2 pitch. And that is sliced foul back to the screen. We'll do it again. On deck is Grady Sizemore for the Rays with Evan Longoria to follow. 1-2 pitch. That is just off the outside edge.
Jaso has that unusual stance we saw back at Fenway Park where he's got that back foot, the front foot I should say, on the back line as he starts. Look at that. And then he comes in a hitting position from that point.
Ground ball right side. Pedroia was pinching over towards the line. Flips to Shaw for out number 1. Let's check out the rest of the Tampa Bay lineup. It is brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Just saw John Jaso, the DH, with Grady Sizemore in left field, Evan Longoria at third base, Logan Forsythe at second base, as Drupal Cabrera at shortstop with James Loney at first, Steven Souza Jr. in right field with Kevin Kiermaier in center, and J.P. Arancibia doing the catching. Now look at the defensive alignment here on Grady Sizemore. The former Red Sox outfielder stands in. Sizemore hitting at .220 with 6 homers and 17 runs batted in. Showing bunt, offering at it, foul tipping it at the dish.
Yeah, trying to drop that bunt down the third base line. He's got Sandoval pulled way over, and Sandoval was back. But a very late attempt here by Sizemore, and that's why he fouls it off. It's amazing how many guys you see try to bunt that just do not have the good angle on the bat.
Well, he's got a line drive base hit here into right field. First base runner of the night for Tampa Bay. First action in the Rays lineup for Sizemore since Tuesday.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, 10th in the American League, 84 errors. Sandoval, Bogarts, Pedroia, and Shore in the infield. Castillo, Betts, Bradley Jr. in the outfield. And Swihart doing the catching for Porcello.
Well, Sizemore aboard at first base with 1 down here in the first inning. Brings up Evan Longoria. And Longoria will take ball 1. He has reached base safely in 11 straight games, hitting at .375. The last 11, hitting overall at .275. 1 home run shy of 20 on the year for the Rays third baseman. Takes the strike at the bottom of the zone. 5-gamer coming in, hitting at .474. Over to first base and back to the bag is Sizemore.
Couple of steals on the season for Sizemore. Been thrown out once.
Longoria leading the team in home runs and in RBIs. 19 homers, 68 runs batted in. And he thought about it, but it's going to miss.
That's that 2-seam fastball right there for Porcello, trying to induce a ground ball. Double play to get out of the inning.
It's ground ball, but in foul ground. And it evens at 2-2. Logan Forsythe waiting on deck. Tampa Bay batting here in the bottom of the first inning. After a 3-run top half of the first, David Ortiz with his 499th home run. Longoria will take it just off the outside edge. First Ray in Rays history to ever get 200 home runs in a Rays uniform, and counting for Longoria. A little closer that time on a check at first base of Sizemore.
Let's see if Sizemore is running on the 3-2 count here with one out. Little check over at first base by Porcello.
He is going, and Longoria is swinging as he fouls it back. On the 3-2, Sizemore got it started. Porcello got Jayso to ground out to second. Sizemore singled off him to right. 1 out, 1 on. Going again at first, a swing and a foul. This time Longoria goes down. Already got the protective shin guard on there.
Yeah, that's a big shin guard he's got on that foot, but I think it got him off the foot instead of with the ankle area.
Yeah, the unprotected area.
Yeah. Just about everything else is covered up.
So a painful foul ball for Longoria. Full count here. Runner going again, and Longoria is swinging again, fouling it off. So a third straight foul ball, and Sizemore getting a workout. Longoria with 4 home runs so far in September, matching his entire home run total from August. Runner going again, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. The throw down is going to be in time. Strike him out, throw him out, double play to conclude the first inning. Nicely done. 3-0 Red Sox. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
Well, the old strike him out, throw him out here at the Trop. And it was Sizemore who'd been running down there about 3 times in a row. The 4th time, not good enough. What a throw by Swihart. Right on the money. And Pedroia applies the tag. You see Sizemore turning back, slowing up a little bit. And that may have cost him at second base. They were thinking about appealing that play and getting a look at it, but they decided against that. And accept the ruling by the umpire.
So 3-0 Red Sox lead as we head to the second inning. Bottom third of the Red Sox order expected in the inning. Rusney, Castillo, Blake Swihart, and Jackie Bradley Jr. As the pitch in there for strike 1 to Castillo. 284, 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. And Moore giving up a couple of infield hits, setting the table for David Ortiz's home run. Now a sharply hit ball under the glove of Forsythe at second base and into center. And Rusney Castillo aboard to begin things here in the second inning.
Good job by Castillo, staying back on the changeup that time by Moore. And not much range though by Forsythe here. You see where he's playing, kind of up the middle. And that ball, I thought he'd get a glove on it, but it went under the glove. And Castillo has himself a base hit.
4th hit of the night now for Boston. Second straight inning they've had the lead runner on, and it brings up Blake Swihart. 284 with 2 homers and 25 runs batted in. In there for strike 1 to Swihart. Blake had last night off. Ryan Hannigan got the start, the former Ray, in the first game of the series. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2.
See the fastball, the curveball, changeup from Matt Moore. Drops his curveball on Swihart, starts it outside and finishes almost to the middle of the plate.
Swire with a swing and a miss, and he strikes out. This is the first K of the night for Matt Moore.
And that might be the best pitch that Moore's thrown all night. That was a curveball with very good break to it. Starts it in the strike zone, finishes out of the strike zone, but a very tough pitch for the hitter to lay off.
Nick Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. So 1 on, 1 out. It brings up Jackie Bradley Jr. JBJ at 293 with 8 homers and 36 runs batted in. Bradley 0 for 3 with a walk in the ball game last night. He's now started 36 of the last 39 Red Sox games since being called up from AAA Pawtucket back on July 29th. 23 of those starts have come in right field, 13 in center, and 9 in left. Tonight getting another start in right field. Thought we may see Mookie Betts in a corner position at some point in this series, but so far we've not.
Yeah, that was the talk coming down here to Tampa Bay, that you're going to see Betts move around a little bit and play at least a series probably in left field. That has not happened yet.
Picks up the corner this time, does Matt Moore. Mookie waiting on deck. Red Sox batting here in the second inning. Bradley Jr., the good long look down to Brian Butterfield in the third base coach's box. That is strike 2, same spot.
Yeah, that's a little nasty there. You don't want to have to swing at a pitch like that unless you get 2 strikes on you. And you have to swing.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the high breaking ball. That's back-to-back Ks now for Matt Moore.
Well, we talked what a good breaking ball he threw to Swihart. This was not a good one. This one stayed up in the zone and out over the plate, but no contact by Jackie Bradley Jr. That was a very hittable breaking ball right there.
So 2 down. Castillo at first base. He led off with a single, still standing at first base with 2 away, and going to bring up Mookie Betts. That's with a single in the first inning. Came around to score the first Red Sox run as they check on Castillo at first base. There's a 4 out of 7 in stolen base attempts. That base hit back in the first inning for Betts. The infield hit to second base extended the hitting streak to 17 games for the Red Sox center fielder. Foul back to the screen, and it's 1-1. Well, join the Red Sox, the Highland Street Foundation, and the City of Boston tomorrow for Out of the Park, a free Red Sox game watch party on the Boston Common with free food and free kids activities. Visit redsox.com/outofthepark for more information. Dustin Pedroia waiting on deck with 2 down, and Castillo at first base. And that pitch, a high strike call.
Yeah, that's not a very good pitch either. That was a changeup from Moore, but again, it stays upstairs, and a very hittable pitch for Mookie Betts, but he probably thought it was too high.
And pretty well there by J.P. Arancibia for the home plate umpire Adam Amari. For the first, and Castillo easily back to the bag. The lead was short. Spear, the Boston Globe, checking in on the 17-game hitting streak for Spear. Longest since Ellsbury's 19 in 2013. Up again. Fastball that time. Mookie Betts leading the Red Sox in runs, now 75, doubles with 35, triples with 8. Runner goes. Betts will take a pitch high, throw down, and Rusney at second base going to be caught trying to steal. Gone down by J.P. Arancibia to end the top of the second. 3-0 Boston. And the top half of the second inning. It's on to the bottom of the second. Logan Forsythe leading it off for Tampa Bay. Now Forsythe, Cabrera, and Loney. 287 with 16 home runs and 58 runs batted in for Forsythe. Rick Porcello in the first inning threw 18 first inning pitches, gave up a hit and a strike him out, throw him out double play to end the first inning. Now Forsythe swinging at a 2-0, fouls it off to the right, out of play.
After the batter, we'll show you Rusday getting thrown out at second base, and what happened is he fell for one of the oldest tricks in the book. But we'll show you that after Forsythe hits.
In there for strike two, 2-2. Forsythe recording an RBI in 3 straight games, 4 of his last 5. Sits safely in 10 of his last 11 games, hitting at .409 last 11. And a full count now. Good numbers against Porcello as well, 4 for 9 against Forsythe. And he's got himself a leadoff walk to begin things here in the second inning.
Let's go back and look at Castillo. Now, this is the pitch before. Look at the light kick, how high it is by Moore. So Castillo sees that. He's got a big high light kick. Then the next pitch, he uses the slide step. And, of course, once he uses the slide step, Castillo's out by a bunch at second base. So 2 different looks from Moore. The high light kick to make Castillo think that that's his move. And then he goes to the slide step after that. Castillo goes, and he's out by a long shot at second base.
Lead runner on here for Tampa Bay in the second. Here's Asdrubal Cabrera, but first to check on Forsythe at first base. .266 with 12 home runs, 48 runs batted in for Cabrera. Tried to drop the bunt down, gets the bare hand on the foul tip of Blake Swihart.
Trying to bunt for the base hit down that third base line against Sandoval, but the foul tip goes right off Swihart's hand, it looked like. Looks like Blake's okay, ready to go.
Swinging a foul tip, and it's 0-2. 7-game hitting streak for the Rays shortstop coming in at .393 during the 7-gamer. Cabrera now 24 RBIs since the beginning of August, matching his total from his first 4 months of the season combined. So been much more productive for the Rays. He's got a total of 12 home runs, does Cabrera. 9 have been solo shots, unfortunately, for Tampa Bay. Saw James Loney waiting on deck for Tampa Bay. Straightens up Cabrera and evens the count at 2-2. Fouled off, getting a piece of Swihart again. '24th start of the year for Rick Porcello. His 12th on the road away from Fenway Park. Much better than a month on the DL. Two pitch, and a fly ball foul off to the left out of play. Giving chase is Castillo, but no chance. On the DL, the right tricep strain. 2 rehab starts did Porcello with Lowell and Pawtucket before returning to Boston. Leadoff walk to Logan Forsythe there in the bottom of the second inning. Now a battle between Porcello and Asdrubal Cabrera. That's be his 7th pitch. And a pop-up foul off to the left out of play. Well, Rick Porcello is the subject of our Lowe's Never Stop Improving profile. First 20 starts versus his last 3 starts. First 20 was 5-11 with a 5.81 ERA and a 2.99 opponent batting average. Last 3 starts, 2-1 with a 1.61. And opponents hitting at just 220 against him. Those starts at Chicago against the White Sox, at home against New York, and home against Toronto. Some pretty good hitting teams mixed in there. Down and in, full count. Third full count already for Porcello, facing just his 5th batter of the game. Runner goes, swing and a line drive hook down the right field line towards the pen, and a foul ball off the bat of Cabrera, with Forsythe getting a start.
That's a pretty good job by Cabrera to foul that off, because that was a 3-2 changeup for Porcello, and it had Cabrera fooled. He was out on his front foot, but he still makes contact and hooks it foul. See another pitch. There's all that weight coming forward on the off-speed pitch. It surprised him, but he does make contact.
Runner not going, and a foul straight back here for Cabrera.
Yeah, they might have learned from Brady Sizemore. They had him running, 3 straight times, and on the 4th time he had nothing left and got thrown out at second base. That time he did not send Forsythe.
Runner goes, and a fly ball to left field. Playable for Rusney Castillo. Settles underneath and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And Forsythe back to the bag at first with 1 down. Well, tomorrow on an all-new Charlie Moore Outdoors, Charlie and longtime friend Mark Burgess head to the lake in New Hampshire to do some smallmouth fishing. Don't miss an all-new Charlie Moore tomorrow at 6. Well, James Loney in the lineup tonight for Tampa Bay. And last night off, back in there, hitting at .276 with 4 homers and 30 runs batted in. Loney back at first base. Last 10 hits for Loney have all been singles, including a 3-hit game on Wednesday at Detroit last time that he played. He's gone 11 games without an extra base hit. Total of 86 games played for him on the year. Throw to first, and back to the bag is Forsythe. Only fouling that one off Swihart. He's already been tagged for a few in behind the dish.
Yeah, quite a few changeups too by Porcello here in the first couple of innings. Another changeup here to James Loney, and unfortunately Blake Swihart takes the worst end of that. Another changeup.
Loney chops it to first, touching first to Shaw. The play at second is not going to happen. Losing the ball there was Bogaerts. They have lost it into the runner's shirt there, it appeared, as he came up and just kind of looked up like he didn't know where it was.
Yeah, I don't know if he was blocked by the runner going into second base or not, but he did not see the baseball. There's the tag at first. Now it becomes a tag play at second, and completely losing the ball was into Bogaerts. This might give us a better angle. Yeah, right over the head, as you can see, of the runner going into second base. and the Bogarts had no chance to make a play on it.
Couldn't see it at all. So Forsythe ends up in scoring position with 2 down, and it brings up Steven Souza Jr., the right fielder. 218 with 15 homers and 35 runs batted in.
You want on that play in defense of Travis Shaw at first base. What Bogart should be doing is setting up to the right or left of second base, not on the back, because that's the direction the runner's going in. So give the first baseman a target that he can throw to, then try to apply the tag.
There's a ground ball towards shortstop. Bogarts was shielded there briefly, but he makes the play and throws out Souza to end the inning. We head for the third, 3-0 Boston. Boston on top 3-0 as we head to the top half of the third inning. The top of the Red Sox order, Mookie Betts to lead it off. Mookie is batting when Rusney Castillo is caught stealing to end the top of the second inning. Take strike one from Matt Moore. Oh, 2. Lunging at that pitch, headed down.
Yeah, good changeup that time by Matt Moore. Moore's stuff looks a little bit better in this outing than last time the Red Sox saw him. Of course, he's had a number of starts down at the minor league level.
In the air to left field, struck pretty well. Grady Sizemore back onto the track at the wall. It's gone. Home run from Mookie Betts, his 15th of the year. And the Red Sox added on to their lead. It's now 4-0. Second home run allowed by Matt Moore tonight.
I'll tell you what, Mookie Betts just gounced this ball out of here. It's a curveball that's got to be down and in, and I don't know how Mookie kept this ball in fair territory. Look where the ball is. It's down around his ankles. Contact and keeping it fair for the home run.
Now Dustin Pedroia stands in and takes strike one. Mookie Betts now with 15 home runs on the season. I know it's hard to project, Jerry, but you see him being a 15 to 20 home run guy, maybe more at some point.
Oh, I think more. I think 20 to 25. I really do. Such quick hands.
Did he go? They'll check no, says Angel Hernandez, first base umpire.
You know, with that RBI now, he's got 71 RBIs out of the leadoff spot. That's pretty impressive.
Now Pedroia drives this out towards deep left center field. Kiermaier going back at the wall, and that is gone. Red Sox go back-to-back. First Mookie Betts, now Dustin Pedroia. Third home run of the game for the Red Sox, who lead it 5-0. They are teeing off on Matt Moore tonight.
Yeah, second time they have done this to Moore. Back at Fenway, and now here again tonight. Pedroia picks up his 10th of the season. He gets a fastball. Betts got a breaking ball. Pedroia gets a fastball inside. He turns on it.
Seventh time the Red Sox have gone back-to-back this season. That's in Pedroia now. Bogarts jumping on the first pitch, fouls it off to the right out of play. Sander reaching on the infield hit in the first inning, already 1 for 1 in the game. Red Sox out hitting the Rays 6-1. And that fastball at 94, an angry one from Moore. So home run number 10 of the year for Pedroia. Popped up, foul ground as Loney will go as far as he can, but will not have a play. David Ortiz waiting on deck. Nobody out here in the third inning. Bogarts thought about it. They checked. Did he go? Apparently did not, as he was checking at first base with Angel Hernandez. Ball 2 strikes to Bogarts. Moore tries to find his bearings here in the third inning after back-to-back home runs to open up the inning. Bogarts will lift the fly ball out to right center field, playable for Kiermaier out there, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. The last time David was at the plate, home run number 499 in the first inning, gave the Red Sox a 3-0 lead. Now he steps to the plate here in the third inning. The target is set out there in right for Big Papi to reach this milestone, and the Red Sox fans standing here in St. Pete. Ball 1 at 93. 33 home runs now in the season for David. The customary shift put on. Curveball that slips out of his hand for ball 2, 2-0.
If he hangs that curveball, it will be number 500.
Very deep in right is Souza Jr. (3-0), staying away.
Obviously green light.
Dominican flag out in right field. Cameras ready. The 3-0 pitch. Ortiz will lift it in the air to center field and shallow as Kiermaier comes in and takes care of out number 2. Not to beat right now anyway for David.
Let's take a look how they attack Ortiz in that bat. First they go fastball away against David Ortiz off the outside part of the plate. Then a curveball inside that does not break. Fastball again. And then on a 3-0 count, the green light gets a pretty good pitch to hit. It was down out over the plate, but pops it up.
So 2 down here in the third inning brings up Travis Shaw. That breaking ball not working for Moore right now. Just kind of slipping out of his hand. Catcher Arancibia trying to settle him down here. 1-0. That'll bounce in for ball 2. DraftKings.com is paying out over $300 million this baseball season. DraftKings has given out $34 million to Boston residents alone since the site launched. Get your free entry into a one-day fantasy baseball contest today using promo code NESSN. 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now. And a 4-pitch walk to Travis Shaw. That is the first walk given up by Matt Moore of his outing. So far, nobody warming out there in the Rays pen for Kevin Cash and Jim Hickey. Well, tomorrow, an all-new rookie and prospect theme episode of NESSN Clubhouse. Blake Swihart tells you the best part of his hometown. Matt Barnes gets grilled on small talk, and some young Red Sox find out firsthand that yoga is harder than it looks. Catch all new tomorrow at 11:30, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Did you see what Gary tweeted out last night after we had done talking to him?
No.
He said it's all upper body strength. I disagree.
It's all his hair is what it is.
It's all hair.
The only thing that's keeping him up is his hair.
Exactly. He's tweeting out it's all upper body strength. Come on, yes, Frank.
No, I'll give you that. He's got some upper body strength, but it's the hair that's keeping him up there.
The hair.
The 1 pitch coming up here to Pablo Sandoval as he cranks it foul to the screen. 0-2. Mooney holding on, Shaw at first base. Sandoval down the left field line, but foul. Red Sox with 2 home runs in the inning. They went back-to-back to begin the inning. Mookie Betts and Dustin Pedroia. Red Sox with 3 home runs in the game. Sandoval gets a piece, stays alive. Red Sox with 3 runs in the first, 2 so far here in the top of the third. Enjoy a 5-0 lead against Matt Moore. Asking for time was Aaron Sebia, the indication by home plate umpire Adam Hamari. The 0-2 pitch. Low and away. Sandoval not chasing. Sandoval will foul it back. Red Sox season ticket plans are now available for the 2016 season. For information about becoming a Red Sox season ticket holder, call 617-226-6888 or visit redsox.com/season tickets today. 1-2 pitch. And Sandoval chops it right side. Forsythe will throw him out and end the inning. Betts and Pedroia go back-to-back. Red Sox take a 5-0 lead. HB Hood salutes the Red Sox Foundation's commitment to 4,900 accredited charities throughout New England. 5-0. Red Sox have the lead over Tampa Bay. Kiermaier leading it off here in the third inning. Kiermaier, Aaron Sebia, and Jaso. Kiermaier, the center fielder, 8 homers, 34 runs batted in, and a .265 average. Sharply hitting a tough hop. It elevated on Pedroia, but he stayed with it. Made a nice play to throw out Kiermaier at first base. Let's check in with Guerin.
Thanks, Don. Brock Holt is out of the lineup tonight after leaving yesterday's game with upper back tightness. Interim manager Torey Lovullo said he's doing okay, he's being reevaluated, and he is available tonight on an emergency basis only. Guys, Lovullo said Holt needs some rest, he needs some work, and they wanted to give him the day off.
You can tell he was having some trouble last night, then diagnosed with the back spasms later on in the game. Aaron Sebia standing in and taking strike one.
At first, Don, we saw that. We thought maybe it was a shoulder or something, the way he was carrying himself, but it was back spasms, the original problem.
JP and Aaron Sebia. 5 home runs, 13 runs batted in. All the home runs coming this month for Aaron Sebia. Former Toronto Blue Jay, JP Aaron Sebia. And elevated, he strikes out as Porcello gets his second strikeout, 2 down.
There's no doubt what Porcello and Swihart wanted to do once they get ahead of Aaron Sebia. That's throw him 5 fastballs. There's one that's up and away, and then the final one upstairs to get the strikeout. See Swihart up out of his crouch, and that's exactly where Porcello gets it.
There's ground ball into the shift. As it turns out, Bogarts on the right side of the infield throws out Jaso, and it's a nice 1-2-3 inning for Porcello. 5-0 Boston. Turn back and get $100. Just text money to 36698. Message and data rates may apply. Top of the 4th inning, Rusney Castillo leading it off. Blake Swihart, Jackie Bradley Jr., the expected trio for Boston. Had Moore back out there. That was his 64th pitch of his outing, which has been ineffective to this point. Gave up 3 runs in the first, 2 in the third, all by way of home runs. And the Red Sox out to a 5-0 advantage. Castillo singled to center field in the second inning, but was caught trying to steal. Now he lifts one down the right field line. Over on the run is Souza, and he will make the running catch in foul ground. Nice catch. Down towards the bullpen mound area down there where the Rays relievers are housed for the first out here in the fourth inning.
Yeah, always dangerous territory when those bullpens are on the playing field or in foul territory, but that time behind the mound. And Souza able to make the play.
One out here in the fourth inning brings up Blake Swihart, 0 for 1. Struck out in the second inning. One of 2 Ks from Matt Moore. They came back to back, Swihart and Jackie Bradley Jr. in the second inning. To right field again, and Souza in this time. 2 down. Right now, Ace Ticket has your tickets to all Boston Bruins, Boston Celtics, and New England Patriots games. Visit aceticket.com for the best seats at the best prices. Ace Ticket, it's more than a ticket. A lot of Red Sox Nation here in Tampa Bay, per usual, as the Red Sox and Rays play a 3-game weekend series. 2 down in the fourth for Jackie Bradley Jr. Let's take strike one. Bradley struck out swinging in the second inning. Looking for his first hit of the series after going 0 for 3 in last night's game. Lying down the left field line, Sizemore on the run will dive, and it clanks off the glove. He'll run it down and foul ground, but not before Bradley ends up at second base with 2 outs in the inning. Looked like Sizemore was going to make that catch.
Yeah, I thought he had it lined up, Don. It looked like, especially with the glove on that right hand, looked like he was going to be able to make the play. Reaches out and just clanks it, really, before he goes into the slide.
They rule it a double. Definitely a catchable ball for Grady Sizemore. 14th double of the year for Bradley. He's aboard with 2 down in the inning. And here is Mookie Betts, 2 for 2 in the ball game. Infield hit to second in the first, and then a home run in the third, a solo shot. His 15th home run of the year. On the ground, sharply hit. Cabrera with a bobble, stays with it, and the throw's not going to be in time. Pulls Loney off the bag. And an error charge to Cabrera, and the Red Sox have something going here with 2 down.
Well, because the ball was hit so hard, 1 bobble might have been okay. 2 bobbles, no chance. And that's exactly what happens here. Now, if he can pick it up there, he still might have bets, but then he dropped it again. And then he's got no chance at first base. Just rushed the throw and way off target. Defense this year has not been good for Tampa Bay.
Only Texas and Oakland have made more miscues on the year than the Tampa Bay Rays. First and third, 2 down, and it brings up Dustin Pedroia. He is flied out of center, and last time up hit the solo home run as Betts and Pedroia went back to back. Now Dustin will take strike one. Bradley at third base, Betts at first with 2 down here in the fourth inning. Fights it off, foul out of play, and it's 1-2 now to Pedroia. There is action now for the Rays. C.J. Riefenhauser up in the pen. First action we have seen down there as Matt Moore has continued to struggle. Now his defense letting him down a little bit here in this fourth inning. The first, and back is Betts.
Now, the other thing about Moore, they're not letting him go deep in games because of the Tommy John surgery last year. I think the most pitches he's made in a game this year is 88.
This is pitch 78 coming up for the left-hander. And it's in the dirt. Taken off for second is Betts. No throw from Aaron Sebia, and he'll get there.
Now, we talk over and over how well the Red Sox do this, and in particular the young guys. I mean, they're really, really good at really reading the ball in the dirt. And once they see that ball's going to go in the dirt, they just take off.
They've given him a stolen base on this. I thought he left after the ball was in the dirt.
I did too.
Now a liner into left field for Pedroia. It will score. Bradley from third. Here comes Betts from second base. Into second goes Pedroia with a 2-run double, and the Red Sox take a 7-0 lead.
Now Pedroia with the night off last night, certainly on target in this one. The home run last time up, this time the hard line drive. Fastball inside again. The home run was inside. This one was a little bit higher, and he gets his hands above the ball and puts it on a line. So all Red Sox early in this one tonight.
Jim Hickey out there to buy some more time for Reifenheisen, who continues to warm in the pen. And Xander Bogaerts coming up here for Boston. All this coming with 2 outs in the inning. Jackie Bradley Jr. with that double, as Sizemore could not make the catch, and then the miscue at shortstop by Asdrubal Cabrera, followed by the 2-run double by Pedroia. Matt Moore's pitching line brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 80th pitch coming up. And that's in there for strike one to Bogaerts. Sander reached on an infield hit in the first inning, flied out to center in the third. Wild swing and a miss there. 0-2.
They'll change up that time for Moore. Not too many change-ups for him, mostly fastballs tonight.
David Ortiz waiting on deck. There are 2 outs here in the fourth inning. Swing and a miss, and Bogaerts strikes out to end the fourth. But the Red Sox tack on 2 more, take a 7-0 lead. Eastern Bank is here to make your banking and your day easier. See how at easternbank.com. Here, your first Eastern Bank. And Rick Porcello with the first pitch strike into Grady Sizemore. Leading it off here for Tampa Bay in the bottom of the fourth inning. Sizemore has the only hit so far tonight off Porcello. As he singled to right field in the first inning. There's a race trying to steal. Now 6 in a row retired by Porcello coming into this, the fourth inning. He's got a 7-0 lead. Sizemore, Longoria, and Forsythe the bat here in the fourth inning. Center fielder Mookie Betts over towards right center. Two-two pitch. And it's on the outside corner for strike 3. Third strikeout for Porcello.
Pretty nasty right there. That fastball down and away from Sizemore. Perfect location for Porcello and a pretty much unhittable pitch for Sizemore.
One down here in the fourth inning brings up Evan Longoria. Struck out swinging in the first inning. One of the 3 Ks for Porcello in the game tonight. This one popped up foul, back and out of play. Now the Red Sox family 4-packs are back in this special package. Fans will get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for $75. This great deal is even available for Fred Lynn bobblehead night on September the 22nd. Tickets are available at redsox.com/family 4-packs. 1-1 pitch is lined to left and diving out there as Castillo couldn't get it, gets by him. Longoria is headed for at least 2, and he will pull it up at second base. One-out double for Evan Longoria. A line drive out of the reach of Rusney Castillo.
I was surprised that Castillo even had a chance at that because he was playing him way over. And that ball hooked. A pretty good pitch by Porcello. And there's Castillo. Makes a nice attempt. Goes in it with dive and actually deflects right off his glove. He was definitely playing Longoria to pull in that situation. Almost made a circus catch right there.
One out, Longoria at second base. That's the second Rays hit of the night, and it brings up Logan Forsythe. He walked in the second inning. Porcello coming in at 7-12 individually with a 5.12 earned run average. 24th start, spending about a month on the DL. 1-1 is in the dirt, blocked by Swihart. No advance at second base for Longoria. A double by Longoria breaks up a string of 7 in a row, retired by Porcello. Three and one. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Boston. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for Tampa Bay. Swing and a miss. Fastball by him.
Elevates a little bit just above the belt that time, and no contact from Forsythe on the 3-1 count. Knows the fastball's coming, still can't catch up to it.
Foul back off to the right. Well, tomorrow night at 5:30, tune in to the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. Red Sox President of Baseball Operations Dave Dombrowski stops by to talk about the future of the Red Sox. One out, runner at second, and a 3-2 pitch coming up here again to Forsythe. And he'll take ball 4. Second time that he's walked in this game. The 2 walks that Porcello has allowed, both to Forsythe.
Yeah, Porcello being very careful. You know, Forsythe came into the game 4 for 9 against Porcello. And Rick knows that. So, you know, he's trying to make special pitches on him and ends up walking him twice.
2 on, 1 away, and it brings up Asdrubal Cabrera. Flied out to left field in the second inning, 0 for 1. .306 since June the 28th in this spot with runners in scoring position for Cabrera. He's got Longoria at second base, Forsythe at first with 1 out. And a pop-up into shallow right as Pedroia ducks back. Infield fly rule in effect as Dustin makes the catch for the second out of the 4th inning. So 2 down, and that'll take us to James Loney coming up. Loney grounding out to his counterpart at first base and Travis Shaw in the second inning. And the pitch in there for strike 1 to Loney. He's the Rays' leading hitter in this spot, .333. It's a fly ball to center field, sending Betts back, and now in a few steps to put it away. Well, coming up, looking for number 500 to be David Ortiz when we come back to the Trop. Back in St. Petersburg, Florida, Tropicana Field with the Red Sox on top 7-0. And Big Papi David Ortiz about to lead it off here in the 5th inning. sitting on 499 home runs. He got 499 back in the first inning. A 3-run shot off of Matt Moore. It's Moore on the mound again here to begin the inning. And Ortiz will take ball 1. David in his second at bat, flied out to center field, so 1 for 2 tonight. Curveball that's in there for a strike. Into the shift of the Rays on the right side, outfield deep in straight away. Ball 2, 2-1. Back-to-back breaking balls to Ortiz. Two-one pitch. Big swing there, and he fouls it straight back on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball that was up.
Yeah, a little bit too high for David Ortiz that time. Fastball that's got to be up in the zone, and generally you bring that down about 6 inches and you talk at 500.
Ortiz to right field. Back goes Souza. Looking up. It is gone. David Ortiz, the newest member of the 500 club. Big Papi, the greatest clutch hitter in Red Sox history, adds to his resume with number 500. Well, Jerry would very much like to have done it at home at Fenway Park, but to do it anywhere, incredible for Big Papi.
And you can see how happy all of his teammates are for him, and the big smile on David Ortiz's face. I mean, that's a real weight lifted from his shoulders to get that done. And he gets it done right here where he's hit so many home runs.
All the relievers coming down from the pen to be part of the celebration here at the Red Sox dugout. David Ortiz getting number 500 out of the way. His second home run of the night. Red Sox lead at 8-0, and Moore has allowed 4 homers in the game.
What did I tell you last time up, Don? If he hangs a curveball, it's going to be number 500. That's exactly what happened.
'90th pitch, shift on here. It's Cabrera, the shortstop, with the first out of the inning.
Take a replay of that pitch. It's a breaking ball and hangs inside, and Ortiz knew as he made contact, soon as he made contact, it was going to be a home run. And that's the pitch I expected that he would take out for a home run if Matt Moore stayed in the game.
Kind of surprised to see Matt Moore stay in the game coming into this inning.
Yeah, I think it's more to get him work than anything else right now. Stretch him out a little bit.
A foul off to the left out of play for Pablo Sandoval. That's a good question, is whether or not they can get that baseball for David out there in right field. Get number 500 back for him. Here's the 0-1 to Sandoval. And a very defensive swing there, down to one knee.
I guess. He looked like he was trying to get out of the way of that.
And swinging at the same time.
By the way, that's not the ball that Hanley's got. You can bet on that.
Sandoval thought about it. Pitch misses outside. All smiles in the Red Sox dugout for Big Papi. 1-2. And Sandoval hits it on the ground to Forsythe at second base. 2 outs in the inning.
Well, let's look at the pitch sequence for number 500. It starts with a fastball from Matt Moore. And the fastball's going to be down and out of the strike zone. It goes to a curveball. It was a good one to hit. Another breaking ball. A fastball. And then here's the breaking ball that stays inside. Boom. It was supposed to be away. It stayed in. It was a hanger. And that's exactly the pitch that he hits out for the number 500.
Oh, pop up into short right. Souza coming in. Out goes Forsythe. And Forsythe will make the catch on Castillo that ends the inning. History has been made tonight in St. Pete. Home run number 500 for Big Papi. Bottom of the 5th inning back in St. Pete. 8-0 now. Red Sox have the lead, and a grounder off the bat of Steven Souza Jr. outside of third base. Well, Rick Porcello has been very good through the first 4 innings. He's given up only 2 hits. And here he is in the 5th with a 8-0 advantage. I apologize. We understand we are experiencing some technical difficulties from Tropicana Field tonight. Here is pitch 70 for Porcello. And he strikes him out. That's 4 strikeouts for Porcello in the first out of the 5th inning.
Well, he's putting those pitches exactly where he wants them to. They wanted that fastball upstairs. That's exactly where Porcello gets it. So, you know, when he needs that cross-seamer, he's got it. He's mixed it in very nicely with the 2-seam fastball. One sinks, one stays straight.
One down here in the 5th inning brings up Kevin Kiermaier. Grounded out to second base in the 3rd. Porcello now with 4 strikeouts in his outing. little bit low there, and it's 2-0. He's not missing by much. Staying down in the zone. That's where he's at his best. Not happy with himself there as he came out of his delivery, and it's now 3-0. Trying to repeat that delivery.
Yeah, a little different arm slot right there.
Tried to go glove side there, but misses away. Kiermaier down to first with one out. Third walk given up by Porcello.
Fastball just tailing to the outside part of the plate.
Kirby Yates, right-hander, up now for the Rays. Matt Moore's gone the first 5 innings in this game. And get up to 95 pitches. And Sebia has struck out swinging in his only at bat so far tonight. Bats with 1 out and 1 on out of the number 9 spot for Tampa Bay. Oh, 2 pitch. And that's outside. 1-2. Did he ring him up?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Thought it was away, but he gets him.
Yeah, big sweeping breaking ball that time from Porcello. Second time he's got Aaron Sebia to strike out tonight.
I see. He went around. I was going to say it wasn't a called third strike, but he did offer.
No, wasn't even close to being a strike.
I'm looking at the ball. So that is strikeout number 5 for Porcello. 2 down here in the inning. Kiermaier at first base. And John Jaso getting his third AB of the night. He's grounded out to second, grounded out to short. High drive, deep right field, and that is a blast to right field. Way back. A 2-run home run for John Jaso. First runs of the game for Tampa Bay. It's now 8-2 as Porcello gives up a 2-run shot.
Now John Jaso of the unusual stance Jasos gets a changeup inside. Here's that weird start that he has, but he gets in good hitting position. The changeup stayed inside instead of going away, and Jaso takes it out of the ballpark very deep.
So 2 down, bases empty thanks to the 2-run shot, and it brings up Grady Sizemore. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. Sizemore singled in the first, struck out in the 4th inning. Well, Porcello has had a problem with the long ball this year. It's now 24 home runs allowed by Rick Porcello on the season. Guy who has a +2 seamer. But it can get up on occasion, and when it does, they take him out of the yard. And it just happened here in John Jaso. Oh, 2 pitch. And it's fouled off to the left out of play. High for ball 1, 1-2. Evan Longoria waiting on deck. 2-2. In the air, foul off to the left out of play. 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Boston. 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error for Tampa Bay. 2 runs coming on the 2-run home run by John Jaso. Just a tad low.
Yeah, Porcello thought he had it, and it was a good pitch. Down in the zone, exactly where he wants it to be, and does not get the benefit of the call.
A swing and a miss here, and he ends up striking out the side. But a 2-run home run mixed in by John Jaso gets the Rays on the board. For the top half of the 6th inning. And a new pitcher on here for Tampa Bay. They have some other changes as well. As into the ball game is Kirby Yates. His call to the bullpen brought to you by Kia. Takes over for Matt Moore. Went the first 5 innings, giving up the 8 runs that the Red Sox have in the game. For Yates, 14th appearance, without a record at 9.00 earned run average. 14 innings, 17 strikeouts. Opponent sitting at 311 against Yates. New shortstop into the game as well. Nick Franklin takes over at second base for Asdrubal Cabrera. Blake Swihart, first batter that Yates will face here in the top of the 6th inning. And Swihart will take a pitch outside for ball 1. Blake 0 for 2, striking out and flying out. All that against Matt Moore. Moore went the first 5 innings. 9 hits, 8 runs, 4 home runs, including 2 to David Ortiz. Good pitch, but because the catcher had to reach for it that time, didn't get the benefit of the doubt. 2-0. Strike on the outside corner that time. 2-1. On the ground, foul outside of first. Hey, Red Sox Nation, start earning rewards for every Dunkin' run. Enroll any DD card online at ddperks.com. Red Sox run on Dunkin'. Daniel Nava is in right field for the Rays defensively. Steven Souza Jr. coming out of the game. A chance to visit with Daniel Nava earlier today as this one's grounded outside of first. Nava has not had a great deal of playing time here so far for Tampa Bay. They have a lot of outfielders here, certainly with Souza in right every day, Kiermaier in center. And so the most playing time that he's received so far has been in left, and hopes to get some more playing time here the remainder of the year, but just glad to be in the majors still and with a major league uniform on, as he does here for the Rays. There's a ground ball to shift on. It is to the left side, and it is Franklin who throws to first. It's actually Longoria who threw to first base for the first out. Everybody trying to get number 500. It's like an Orioles fan got it.
And being escorted back toward the Red Sox clubhouse, obviously. We see a lot of Tampa fans, a lot of Red Sox fans, and an Oriole fan gets.
How about that?
And we're going to Baltimore next.
Of course, Manny Ramirez's 500th home run came at Camden Yards in Baltimore. I wondered if David Ortiz's would also, but it does not. It comes here at the Trop. Kirby Yates at the first out, got Swihart to ground out at third base. Now battling here with Bradley Jr. and falling behind him 3-0. On the corner, 93 on the fastball for Yates.
Yeah, the shift on for back-to-back hitters. They had it on for Swihart. They got it on for Jackie Bradley Jr.
Foul back, full count now. Bradley's double is last time up. One of the 9 hits the Red Sox have in the ball game. Swinging a foul that glances off J.P. Arancibia.
Arancibia taking this one right off the mask. High off the mask.
Now Bradley will take ball 4 with 1 out here in the inning. So Yates got behind him 3-0. Battle back to make it a full count, but ends up walking him. So 1 out, 1 on, and it brings up Betts. Mookie with a single in the first inning, a home run in the third, reached on an error in the fourth. He's been on base 3 times and has scored 3 runs.
Obviously, the 2 home runs for David Ortiz to give him 500. He's got 4 RBIs on the night now, a total of 95 on the season.
Up and in, and he gets hit with a pitch. So Betts down to first base with 1 out in the inning.
That's just a breaking ball that slips out of the hand of Yates and gets Mookie Betts off the back. You can see him try to snap off a breaking ball right there, but no break to it. So nothing intentional there as far as Yates is concerned.
More action for the Rays. Riefenhauser back up again. He had been up earlier in the ball game. Brings up Dustin Pedroia with 2 on and 1 away. Pedroia has flied out to center, homered, and double. He's driven in 3 runs. And Dustin takes strike 1. 93 on the fastball from Kirby Yates. Pedroia out to right center field. Kiermaier on the run will get there to make the catch. As tagging up at second base and heading for third and getting there is going to be Bradley Jr. So 2 down in the inning.
Now Kiermaier dropped the ball, but I think it was on the transfer. Looks like he makes the catch right here. Yes, he does. And then on transfer, drops the baseball. Now, I think the question here is, did Bradley go back and tag up?
He did.
If he did, he's fine at third base.
Yeah, I was watching Bradley. So it is first and third now, 2 down.
Here's Jackie Bradley going back, clearly tagging up, and after Kiermaier drops it, has no problem getting into third base.
Now Xander Bogaerts will take strike 1. Xander with a single back in the first inning, came around to score. Since then he's flied out to center and struck out swinging. Pitch down and away that he chases. 0-2. Xander fouls it off to the right. Hanging tough here. 0-2. David Ortiz waiting on deck. Forgot the batting gloves. Just got him now as he gets him ready for his next at bat. Started with Swihart grounding out to third base. Bradley walked. Mookie Betts hit by a pitch. Pedroia flied out to center field. Tagging up, moving to third was Bradley Jr. So it is first and third with 2 down here in the Boston 6th inning. Bogaerts squibs it foul. Bradley at third, Betts at first with 2 down. Bogaerts have fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Moore started the game, 5 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs, walked a batter, struck out 3. He's on the hook. That's ground ball left side. Nick Franklin into the game, will go to first base, and he gets Bogaerts barely to end the inning. So Yates works his way around to hit batsman and a walk. It's 8-2 Boston. 7-8-2 lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. Into the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Rick Porcello at 87 pitches, ready to deal with Evan Longoria. And a pop-up right side as Shaw, first baseman, will take care of business in fair ground for the first out here at the bottom of the 6th inning. So Longoria retired, and that'll bring up Logan Forsythe. Forsythe with a couple of walks tonight, walking in the 2nd, walking in the 4th, and getting his 3rd look at Rick Porcello, pitching here into the bottom of the 6th inning. And taking strike 1. Authentication is a very important part of this in any kind of milestone night, and that includes the bases and everything else.
Yeah, they don't want any of that fake stuff going around,
No.
huh?
Only the real thing. The real thing gets the sticker on.
Yeah.
One-two pitch to Forsythe. And a soft liner caught at second base by Pedroia for the 2nd out. Well, tickets for the 2015-16 Boston Bruins season are on sale now. Purchase your tickets by visiting bostonbruins.com or by using the Bruins mobile app. Here comes Nick Franklin batting for the first time. Took over at shortstop for Asdrubal Cabrera last inning. Reifenhauser up in the pen for the Rays. We just saw Kirby Yates pitch the 6th inning in relief of Matt Moore. A 1 pitch. Didn't go as they check with Ted Barrett, third base umpire. Franklin has been on the team since Tuesday. He's played twice off the bench. 2nd stint of the year with Tampa Bay this year. Had been up in May. Swing and a miss, and Porcello picks up his 7th strikeout of the ball game. We played 6. Red Sox lead at 8-2. Mason, Red Sox Extra Innings Live. Tonight the show will focus on David Ortiz's reaching 500 career home runs. WB Mason congratulates Big Papi on this amazing feat. Who but David Ortiz? Now it's on to the 7th inning, and David Ortiz to lead it off. Red Sox Nation here in Tampa Bay, witnessing history tonight at Tropicana Field. Rays moving on to their 3rd pitcher of the night, C.J. Reifenhauser into the game. Tenth appearance, 1-0 with a 7.27 earned run average. More walks than Ks, and opponents sitting at 300 against him. Rays in the shift on the right side on David. Two home runs tonight for Ortiz. Now 34 on the year. Two 2-0.
Back-to-back breaking balls to start off Ortiz this time at the plate. It was a breaking ball that he hit for the home run, number 500.
Foul ball off to the left, out of play.
Now the breaking ball, it stays inside. Ortiz with that classic follow through. And he knows as soon as he makes contact, that ball is long gone, and so does the Red Sox dugout.
Oh, bloop into shallow center. Kiermaier coming in, but it's going to fall in for a hit, and the 3rd hit of the night for David Ortiz.
Looks like he's got to come out of the game now as Alan Craig is going to go in and run for Ortiz.
First baseman, Travis Shaw.
I would imagine David will have tomorrow off as well in the finale of this series as Ortiz comes off. We will salute him. So Craig runs at first base as Travis Shaw stands in, and it's a fly ball out to left center field. Hitting it pretty well back towards the wall, and that ball is gone. Opposite field shot for Travis Shaw. 2-run home run, and the Red Sox take a 10-2 lead. The 5th home run of the night for Boston.
Well, Travis Shaw hit his first major league home run against the Tampa Bay Rays. This is home run derby here tonight for the Red Sox. It's a pitch away. It looked like a cut fastball away that time from Reifenhauser, and he goes to the opposite field. Long home run. Ortiz likes it.
Well, Shaw getting his 10th. He has 490 to go to get to 500.
When you say it that way,
it seems like a lot. David's hit a few more. As is on the ground right side. Forsythe to his left, and hit fire to first for the first out of the inning. Well, fans, as you know, Alltown donates $500 to an accredited charity every time the Red Sox hit a home run. Alltown salutes David Ortiz on his historic accomplishment of reaching 500 career home runs. Alltown is New England's healthier convenience retailer. One out here in the 7th inning, and it brings up Rusney Castillo. Rusney with a single to center field in the 2nd inning. Since then, he has flied out to right and popped out to 2nd. Well, he fouls it off himself and is down 0-2.
That's a real fan right there. He got the New York Times.
That's what it looks like. It's a pop up into right center field. And over from right comes Nava to make the catch for the second out.
I mean, think about this guy, right? I mean, his wife probably wanted to come to the game tonight. He wants no part of it.
Zero interest.
He says, I don't want to go see Big Papi. I don't want to go see Tampa Bay. I'm going to read the New York Times, and you can watch the game. And I'm pretty cool because I got my sunglasses in my net. It's on page 4 now.
He's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of baseball left with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. A little check swing grounder by the mound. Franklin racing in. His throw will not be in time as Swihart able to beat it out. An infield hit in the first hit of the night for Blake Swihart.
Like a little check swing hit here by Swihart. Tries to hold up the swing, makes contact, gets it by the glove of Riefenhauser, and over to first base to get not to get Swihart. Swihart beats it out.
So 2 down, Swihart at first, and Jackie Bradley Jr. the batter. Bradley striking out in the second. He doubled in the 4th, walked in the 6th inning.
You know, I hope that's not one of those dates where they met online
And decided to meet here.
Yeah, I hope, because it's not going well.
No, at all.
It's not going well at all. I mean, she's a big baseball fan. He's reading the paper.
He had a hunch it wasn't going to be good if he brought the paper with him.
Yeah.
Swinging a foul tip, 2-1. Red Sox have added 2 runs in the inning on the 2-run home run by Shaw. Now have a 2-out base runner and Blake Swihart at first base. Shaw now 10 home runs. Strike called. Full count. Riefenhauser becomes the 3rd Rays pitcher. Kirby Yates pitched the 6th inning, 1 inning. No hits, no runs. He walked a batter, didn't strike anybody out, and hit a batter. Bradley on the ground left side as Longoria will go to first base for the out that ends the inning. 2-run shot for Travis Shaw, 10-2 Boston. SouthWest.com. Your local Subaru dealers. And by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. Thank you, New England, for 60 great years. Back at Tropicana Field, 10-2. Red Sox have the lead over the Rays. Evan Marrero takes over at shortstop for the Red Sox. So that's a night for Xander Bogaerts. 8-run Boston lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and James Loney leading it off. Only 0 for 2. He is grounded out to first and flied out to center. Matt Andrees up in the pen. That'll bounce in for ball 1. Rick Porcello nearing 100 pitches as he works here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 6, 7, and 8 featured for Tampa Bay. And a ground ball up the middle, and diving at second base, Pedroia turns and fires and gets him. What a play. And James Loney running, who does not run terribly well, but what a play by Pedroia.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any chance Dustin was going to first get to that ball. Then once he did, throw out Loney at first base. He gets to it, gets to his feet very quickly, and still gets him by a running step at first base. I almost had a base hit in my scorecard right away. Glad I waited.
Well, Pedroia with a great play to get James Loney for the first out of the 7th inning. Here comes Daniel Nava. Seems strange to see him in another uniform. He is now a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. Of course, a big part of the 2013 championship for the Red Sox. Nava takes strike 1. Named off waivers by the Rays on August the 5th from the Red Sox. He's the only current Tampa Bay Ray to have played with Kevin Cash in the majors. They were teammates with the Red Sox back in 2010. His manager. And a base hit for Nava, taking it the other way. Red Sox were in the shift, and he goes into left field for a 1-out single.
That's certainly something you don't see Nava do very often, and take a ball on the ground in that direction. We see him hit a lot of line drives and fly balls to the opposite field, but not many ground balls.
Rick Porcello's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 6 1/3, 4 hits. The 2 runs, a 2-run home run by John Jaso. Walked 3, struck out 7, up over 100 pitches now at 103. Mikey Matuk batting here. Pinch hitting and taking strike 1. Batting for Kevin Kiermaier. Took a 245 coming into tonight's action. Got the start last night in left field. Fouls it back to the screen and is down 0-2. Luke Mail on deck, and we're going to have another pinch hitter coming up here for the Rays. So takes the breaking ball for strike 3. That one froze him, and that's the 8th strikeout for Rick Porcello.
Another good night for Porcello. I know he's got a lot of runs to work with in this game, but he's also pitched very, very well tonight against the Tampa Bay Rays.
This will be the Major League debut for Luke Maile, who stands in. There's a 1-0. And a swing and a foul tip as the helmet comes off on the swing. 1-1. Thought about it, but lays off for ball 2. 2-1. Trying to Get through the 7th inning is Porcello, up over 100 pitches. Nava at first base with 2 down. Strike call. Bailey pinch hitting here for JP Arencibia, who had been 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts against Porcello. Close pitch, called the ball. Red Sox have action in the pen. Heath Embry up. So far 6 2/3 for the Boston starter. Bailey with a chopper foul outside of third base. Fly ball taking it the other way and deep to right field. Back goes Bradley Jr. Can't get it, and one hops the wall. Backed up by Betts. Bailey into second base, and coming around to score from first is Nava. Now 10-3. First major league hit for Bailey.
And hit it pretty well, too. I think it surprised the Red Sox a little bit, the power going to the opposite field. Jackie Bradley Jr. getting a pretty good jump on this ball, but that ball hit a long way. Here's Bradley going sideways, but then back. And then that might have been a difference in making that catch. It looks like he didn't quite read that correctly off the bat. Just over the glove of Bradley, backed up by Mookie Betts, but the 2-base hit by Bailey. It's like the first 3 steps for Jackie were to his right. Then he decided to go back, and that was the difference in making that play and not making it.
It's time for a game break brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Tom? Thanks very much. Back here at Tropicana Field, the site of David Ortiz's 500th home run tonight. And there's a pitch in there for a strike to John Jaso. One here in the inning for Tampa Bay. Jaso batting with a runner at second base, 2 away. Hit a 2-run home run himself in the 5th inning. Usual stance for Jaso, at least starting. Tried to hold up. Did he go? No, says Ted Barrett. In the dirt, gathered by Swihart. No advance for Bailey at second base. Just got his first major league hit. A double to right center field. And RBI able to score Nava from first base. 3-1 pitch on the ground right side. Shaw will need some help, and over to cover is Porcello for the out. That ends the 7th inning. Played 7. It is now 10-3 Boston. Field. Text Sox 1 for yes. Text Talks 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. A message per vote. Visit NESN.com/terms for terms and conditions as well as privacy policy. A whole host of changes we will get to here with the Red Sox on top 10-3. Into the 8th inning as Mookie Betts leading it off against a new pitcher as he swings, and it's a fly ball to short right field. Out goes Beckham, in comes Butler, and it is Butler who makes the catch, the new right fielder. So Betts retired for the first out. Matt Andrews, the new pitcher for Tampa Bay, becomes their 4th pitcher of the night into his 21st game, 3-5 with a 4.53 earned run average. 44 strikeouts to 15 walks, and opponents hitting at .279 against the right-hander. Takes over for C.J. Reifenhauser, who pitched the 7th inning and gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. A 2-run home run by Travis Shaw was in that inning. Didn't walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. Dustin Pedroia has had a couple of hits, including a home run tonight, his 10th of the year. Devin Marrero waiting on deck for his first at bat. Took over at shortstop for Xander Bogaerts last inning. And there's ball 4. Down to first base goes Pedroia, on for the 3rd time in the game. Well, Joey Butler in the game in right field now for Tampa Bay as they've made a series of defensive changes. Mike Matuk in center field now for the Rays after he pinch hit. It is Richie Schaefer at third base, who got the start last night at first base. Tim Beckham now at second base. And Nava moving from right field to first base. New catcher Luke Maile just got his first major league hit in last inning, a double, and he got his first major league RBI. Andrews missing for a ball, and now Maile out there to talk to him. See Dennis Leary, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Wright, and more. The 21st annual Comics Come Home at the TD Garden on Saturday, November the 7th. Proceeds benefit the Cam Neely Foundation for Cancer Care. For tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com. Here's a 1-0 coming up here to Marrero, and he'll take it low and away, 2-0. Xander in this spot tonight. Had been 1 for 4 before Devin took over for him at second base. As he's now 1 for 8. I should say shortstop, not second base, but Roy's still in this game. 2-0. And that is outside. 3-0 now to Marrero.
He probably would have got that call if he was throwing more strikes, but has not had the ability to do that and did not get the close call on the 2-0 count.
That's a strike on the corner. It's 3-1. About 6,000 more here tonight than last night. 20,698 the attendance. 20,698. Fouled off to the right by Marrero. Full count. Third career major league stint for Marrero. All have come this season. Called from Pawtucket last Saturday. Actually made his major league debut here at Tropicana Field back on June 28th. Now he lines one to left field, and that's in for a base hit. And in front of Sizemore out there in left, and aboard is Marrero as Pedroia takes second base. With one out, Red Sox have runners at first and second.
Yeah, Red Sox piling up hits in this game. That's 13 now for the Red Sox to go along with the 10 runs.
It's like Rutledge is going to pinch run here for Dustin Pedroia. Now Pedroia coming out of the game. Two on, one away, and Alan Craig coming up. Pitch ran for David Ortiz after Ortiz collected his third hit, a single to center field in the 7th inning. On this historic night, David getting home run number 499 in the 1st inning and home run number 500 in the 5th inning. As Craig takes ball one away. Part of the September call-ups, Alan Craig. Got the first 24 games of the season on the Major League roster. Takes it the other way to right as Joey Butler is out there to make the catch for the second out of the inning. No advance for the base runners. 2 down. Bob's Discount Furniture goes to bat for the Jimmy Fund again this year. Bob will donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund for every game saved this season. Everybody saves at Bob's. Bob's Discount Furniture, quality, choice, and value. Learn more at mybobs.com. 2 down, 2 on, and Travis Shaw coming up. Shaw hit a 2-run home run last inning. Shaw takes the strike, and it's 1-1. Hendry's the 4th Tampa Bay pitcher of the game. Red Sox scoring out of the gate tonight. The 1st inning, 3 runs in the 1st. Grounder foul outside of first.
Yeah, that was certainly helpful for Porcello in this game to get some early runs, and he was able to settle into the ball game with a nice, comfortable lead and pitch very well the rest of the way.
Threw 118 pitches through 7 innings in the ball game. Ended up with 8 strikeouts. Red Sox have a 10-3 lead. Looking to add on to it here. As Shaw jumps back out of the way. Ball 2, 2-2. Only 5 hits. Gave up the 2-run home run to John Jaso in the 5th inning. Full count now. Runners can get a start here with 2 down in the inning. Three-two pitch coming up. And Shaw grounds it foul. Well, tomorrow at noon, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC and Jim Rice will be live on Boston Common for the Red Sox Out of the Park event.
Pre-game show from Boston Common tomorrow, huh?
Yep, that's got to be a first, huh?
Yeah.
On the ground right side, it is Beckham on to first base for the out that ends the inning. We head for the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox have a 10-3 lead. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Back at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida on this historic night. David Ortiz getting his 499th and 500th home run. Part of a 10-3 lead for Boston as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. There's a fly ball foul off to the left that will get out of play. Off the bat of Sizemore. Josh Rutledge staying in the game after pinch running for Dustin Pedroia. Takes over at second base for Pedroia. And the new Red Sox pitcher Heath Hembree into the game. 12th appearance without a record, a 4.50 earned run average, 10 strikeouts, 2 walks. Opponent sitting at 270 against the right-hander. As Sizemore takes strike 2. Sizemore, Longoria, and Forsythe here in the 8th inning. The 0-2 pitch. And a pitch up and away, 1-2. There is Andrew Bellotti warming in the pen for the Rays. They have 11 relievers that they could go to. They called up a lot of people on September the 1st.
Yeah, a lot of position players, a lot of relief pitches.
Down the line in left, and Rusney into foul ground to make the catch, running up the hill of the bullpen mound for the first out here at the bottom of the 8th. But it's time now for the Geico Red Sox moment, honoring the 75 season in their 141st game. Red Sox lost to the Brewers 7-3 in Game 2 of a doubleheader. George Scott homered and drove in 3 runs for the Brewers.
28 taters for George at this point of the season. 2 for 5 with a 3-run home run for the Milwaukee Brewers.
And here's Richie Schaefer, who took over for Longoria at third base last inning. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. The fastball at 95.
Good velocity there by Hembree. 95 on the fastball.
Swinging a foul tip, and it's 1-2. Foul to the screen, still 1-2. Tomorrow at 12:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC and Jim Rice will preview Rich Hill's first start in the Major League since 2009. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? I'm certainly excited about his start tomorrow. It has been a long time and a long way back for him. Schaefer now, Beckham next as the Rays bat here in the bottom of the 8th. 2-2 to Schaefer. And a fly ball hit well to right field. Back goes Bradley Jr. and that ball is gone. A home run. Schaefer taking it the other way. Now 10-4. Red Sox have the lead. Second Rays home run of the night.
Now Schaefer's got good power. He showed it at the minor league level, big league level. Opposite field that time on more of a line drive than a fly ball. Schaefer gets the fastball away from Hembree and takes it to the opposite field.
Now Beckham with a big cut there for strike 1. Tim Beckham's first at bat. Took over at second base last inning at 242, 8 homers, 31 runs batted in. Lights it off foul to the right. It's 0-2. Stay tuned for Red Sox Final presented by Uno's. TC, Jim Rice, and Steve Lyons will have highlights from the Blue Jays Yankees doubleheader today in the Bronx. Swing and a miss, and Beckham strikes out. So there's the first strikeout for Hembree. Well, the 500th home run tonight for David Ortiz. We look back to 1997 and his first home run, September the 14th. Julio Santana, the pitcher there, Big Papi in a Minnesota Twins uniform with his first. Here is Nick Franklin with 2 outs here in the 8th.
You know, we could look back at every one of my home runs in about a minute.
We could cover all yours.
All of them in about a minute.
Franklin batting now with 2 down. Joey Butler waiting on deck. Rays batting here in the 8th. Solo shot by Richie Schaefer gives them their 4th run of the night. Strike on the outside corner. Franklin didn't like it. There's a fly ball to center, and Betts going back to make the catch that ends the inning. Home run for Schaefer in the inning. Red Sox have a 10-4 lead as we head for the 9th. Your New England Toyota dealers want to congratulate Big Papi on number 500. 10-4. The Red Sox have the lead in this game as we head to the top half of the 9th inning. And David Ortiz with his 500th home run back in the 5th inning. Off Matt Moore. Not once, but twice tonight. Now tonight's game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Rick Porcello, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Goya, Betts, and Shaw also homered along with David Ortiz's 500th. More on the hook tonight, the starter for the Rays, as Pablo Sandoval leading it off here in the 9th inning. And a foul back to the screen. Lottie now into the game for Tampa Bay. Had been warming in the pen, his 8th appearance, 3-1 with a 1.23 earned run average, 14 strikeouts and 9 walks. Opponent's hitting at 163 against Bellotti. Fly ball headed out to left field, and Sizemore back there with room to make the catch right on the edge of the track.
Well, the Red Sox play one more game here in Tampa Bay tomorrow afternoon, and then off to Baltimore. And of course, you know what that means, Don.
What does that mean?
When you travel from Tampa to Baltimore.
When you do what?
When you travel from Tampa to Baltimore, what happens?
I don't know.
Your clothing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's all messed up.
It gets all wrinkled.
Yeah, because of the humidity down here.
Exactly.
All kinds of stuff.
Exactly. So when you open that suitcase when you get to Baltimore tomorrow, it's going to be some serious wrinkles in all your stuff.
Soft line drive as back goes Beckham to make the catch. Tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. On this date in 1979, Carl Yastrzemski became the 15th player in Major League history to reach 3,000 career hits.
I remember that night. It was a ground ball to the left of Willie Randolph of the New York Yankees. And Willie kind of short-armed it a little bit. The ball got by him, and Yaz picked up 3,000.
Two down here in the ninth inning brings up Blake Swihart, and he will take strike one.
Now, I know you're a little bit on the cheap side. Are you going to send your stuff down to be pressed, or are you going to try to iron it yourself? It's unironable. It's unironable. You cannot iron it.
No, I think it's beyond ironing anytime you leave Tampa Bay.
It's unbelievable.
This is fouled off to the left. No, I think it's going to be sent down.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I'll tell you, that's great because you set it down when you get in. They say, what time do you want it? You say, I don't know, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Big, it's right there.
Yep.
Everything's
All
fresh.
your stuff's back.
You're looking good. I mean, if you try to do it yourself, you know how that comes out.
Oh, it's terrible. I create creases that weren't there before. Trying to iron.
Exactly.
And forget about arms. I can't do arms at all. I don't know how you do arms when you're ironing.
I don't know how I iron stuff. I just get the iron out and I just do it. And it never comes out right. It never comes out good.
Matt Barnes warming in the pen for Boston. 2 outs here in the ninth inning. 1-2 pitch to Blake Swihart. And foul off to the left out of play.
First time I did that was in New York, was sent it down to get it pressed, and I came back, it was all nice, and didn't have to take the ironing board out, didn't have to take the iron out. It was great.
This ground ball shift is on the right side, and Franklin will throw to first base to get Swihart. And to the bottom of the ninth inning, it is 10-4 Boston. first aid station behind Section 12 in the lower concourse. BIDMC is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Well, it's 10-4. Red Sox have the lead as we head to the bottom of the ninth inning. And Matt Barnes, the new pitcher in for Boston, third arm of the game for Torey Lovullo into the ball game. And Barnes' 24th appearance, 3-4 with a 6.89 earned run average, 32 2/3, 31 strikeouts. Opponents hitting at .338 against him. Joey Butler leading it off here for Tampa Bay in the ninth inning and taking strike one. Fifth stint of the season for Matt Barnes with the Red Sox. Last appeared for the Red Sox in a start on August the 22nd against Cleveland. Went 5 1/3, giving up 5 earned runs. Paw Sox this year was 1-1 with a 4.06 earned run average. And there's a base hit through the right side for Butler to begin the bottom of the ninth inning. Let's take a look at the Toyota play of the game. David Ortiz's 500th home run. Will hit it off. Matt Moore, one of 2 home runs in the ball game tonight for Big Papi. And that milestone out of the way, much to the delight of his teammates. All celebrated with him along the bullpen, coming down the left field line to join him at the dugout. Here is Daniel Navu, went into right field and now playing defensively at first base as he takes strike one. Nava singled in the 7th inning, came around to score. Shaw playing behind Butler at first base, not holding him on. Nava fouls it off to the left, out of play.
And when they're doing that, you might as well take off and go to second base. That means you stay away from the double play. The only danger is a line drive to an infielder, and then you become doubled up at first base.
Swing and a miss. Nava got a piece? No, he did not. He walks away with the first strikeout for Barnes and the first out of the night.
Yeah, pretty nice breaking ball there by Matt Barnes as he snaps off the curveball to pick up the strikeout, bouncing into Daniel Nava. Well out of the strike zone, but Nava chases. Nice block by Swihart.
Keith Embry went an inning as he pitched the 8th, gave up the home run to Richie Schaefer. So an inning, a hit, a run. Didn't walk anybody, struck out a batter. Now Barnes has the first out of the 9th inning. It took fouling that pitch back to the screen for strike one. His second at bat, he struck out looking in the 7th inning. In the dirt outside, nicely picked by Swihart. Tried to hold up, could not. Goes around 1-2.
And so far in this inning, Barnes showing a very good curveball. That's what he struck Nava out on, and what took this chasing that one.
Two and two. On the ground at deep third base, but a foul ball. Sand the ball up and throwing, but from foul ground. So Matuk will have to come on back here with a count of 2-2. The finale of this 3-game series tomorrow. Rich Hill matched up against Drew Smyly, left-hander, going tomorrow for the Rays. First start for Hill since 2009. Smyly 2-2 with a 3.59 ERA. 2-2 pitch, and Matuk fouling it back to the screen again. Fouled off. We'll do it again. 2-2. Breaking ball that time from Barnes. Throwing a lot of them since coming in. There's been a lot of tight games this year of the Rays. 9 of 13 games between the two clubs have been decided by 2 runs or less. Not tonight, though. Red Sox with a 6-run advantage right now. And a ground ball left side to short. Marrero will go to second for one. On to first. It is not in time. They do get the lead runner in Butler. And there are 2 outs in the 9th inning.
A nice effort there by Devin Marrero, the shortstop. He charged the ball well, got rid of it quickly to Rutledge, but just really for him too far to go to be able to make this double play. Got to go well to his right. Really did get rid of the ball quickly. That overhand throw by Rutledge, which is strong at second, but not quite in time to get the double play.
So 2 down, and Matuk at first base as Luke Miley coming up here. 1 for 8 now in the major leagues. Got his first major league hit and RBI last time up. It's a fly ball this time to center field, and Mookie Betts, as he makes the catch, the Red Sox win. So the Red Sox able to grab the victory tonight. Barnes finishes it off for Boston. As Porcello, the winner in tonight's ball game for the Red Sox, he is now 8-12 with the victory. The loss goes to Moore, who now falls to 1-4 on the season. As this historic night from Tropicana Field in St. Pete for David Ortiz, who comes away with his 500th home run, and Jerry, certainly very good for David to get it out of the way here as soon as possible, and be able to enjoy the rest of the season now after getting that 500.
Exactly right. I mean, the only thing I think David would have liked to have done is got it back at Fenway Park in front of the great fans back in Boston, but he got it done big time tonight. 1 on a fastball, 1 on a breaking ball, the 500th on a breaking ball, and Ortiz finally gets to that point. Actually, it didn't take him that long once he got it close to it. And he's really turned it on the second half of the season. He really has, and he's going to end up with over 30 home